Welcome to the Explainer. Okay, today we're going to break down a different way to buy equipment, one that's all about speed and simplicity. We're talking about the C3 Rent-to-Own Trailer program. Let's dig in and see exactly how it works.
All right, let's talk about a situation that's pretty common. You need a trailer, right? Maybe you're starting a new business or you've got a big project coming up, but hitting up a bank for a traditional loan, it just feels like hitting a brick wall. So what do you do then?
Well, this is where a different approach comes into play, something called rent-to-own. The whole idea is to give you a much more direct path to get the gear you need exactly when you need it. So let's take a closer look at how this program is put together.
Okay, so here's the first thing you really need to get. This isn't like a typical rental where you pay your money and it's just gone. No, this is set up as a true installment loan. And what that means is that every single payment you make is actually buying you a piece of that trailer. It's a step toward owning it, 100%.
So you're probably wondering, all right, how does this actually work? How do I get started? Well, the whole process is built to be two things: simple and fast. It's really just a few simple steps to get from I need a trailer to actually hitting the road with it. First, you just provide some basic information. From there, you can get same-day approval. And then, boom, you're driving off with your trailer. No long, drawn-out waiting game.
And what do you need to get that green light? Well, the requirements are actually pretty straightforward. You've got to be 21 or older, have a valid ID, and show some proof of income. Now, they do run a soft credit check, but, and this is important, it doesn't work the way you're probably used to.
And this right here is the key. This is a huge difference from a traditional loan. Your credit score. It's not the main thing they look at, not at all. Approval is really based on your current income and having a valid ID. That's what matters most.
So what about getting started? The drive-off cost is just 15% of the trailer's cash price. And get this, that's not just some random fee. That 15% down payment actually includes your very first month's payment, so it bundles it all together for you.
All right, let's dig into the agreement itself, because this is where you get to see how it's all about giving you flexibility and, real control over your finances.
Right off the bat, you get to choose your payment term. This is all about what works for your budget. You can go with a 24-month term and own it faster, or if you need a lower monthly payment, you can stretch it out to 48 months. It's totally up to you.
And here's a feature that's absolutely huge. You can pay the whole thing off early anytime you want with zero penalties. And not only are there no penalties, but you'll actually save money when you do it because you stop paying all that future interest. That's real financial freedom.
So let's pull back for a second. What does all this really mean for you in the long run? Why does this ownership model matter so much? Let's break down the key advantage here.
It really boils down to one simple thing: where your money is going. With a traditional rental, that money is just an expense. It's gone. But with this rent-to-own setup, every single payment is building your ownership. It's building equity. Your money is actively working for you, buying an asset that you will own completely at the end.
So let's wrap this up with the bottom line. What we're looking at here is a simple, no-hassle way to get financing. It's really built for people who are self-employed or for new businesses that just want to skip the whole traditional bank loan headache. The main takeaway? You start working toward full ownership from the very first day. And that really leaves us with the final question, the one only you can answer. Now that you see how this no-hassle path to ownership is put together, is it the right fit for you and for your goals?